Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley Pittman. I'm an exercise physiologist, and today I want to talk to you about anxiety. So anxiety is kind of like a taboo thing to talk about. I feel like everyone experiences it to some extent, but others more than some, okay? So there's different levels of anxiety. Some people have a consistent low-grade anxiety that occurs every single day, and then others may suffer from something called anxiety attacks. This is something that I struggled with in the past, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about it today, hopefully in attempts to help you or anyone that might be dealing with this issue, okay? So the first thing we want to remember is to not be so hard on ourselves. I remember my Nana always telling me as a girl, little girl, to just be easy on myself and not be hard on myself. But it is really important when dealing with anxiety to not put yourself on a pedestal, to be a certain way, to just accept yourself as you are and to love yourself as you would a child or a loved one, a parent, anyone. Sometimes it can be really hard on ourselves and it really isn't fair. Okay, so the second thing, actually, the most important thing is to have a relationship with God, the Creator, to help us through those times of anxiety and trepidation. If you don't have a relationship with Him, you can still utilize all the tips that I'm gonna give you guys, but I will say that it is an added benefit and it will help immensely to be able to have the divine creator to trust and to, put all of your, fear upon so that he can give you peace in return. All right, so that's definitely the most important thing. Other than that, little tips that you can utilize to alleviate anxiety symptoms. You want to make sure you're getting adequate rest, that you are functioning your best every day, getting, the sleep that you need. Hydration status is very important. Make sure that you have proper electrolytes in your body. All your cells function on electrolytes, so you want to make sure you're not overhydrating or that you're dehydrated. Sometimes dehydration can cause just the blood flow to be stagnant and things like that. Oxygen, we want to make sure we're getting proper oxygen to our brain, so deep breathing is really essential. Breathe in deep through your nose, hold it, and then let it out slowly. You can do that repetitively until you start to feel your heart rate come down. Other things that can contribute to anxiety are stimulants such as caffeine, chocolate, different fatty foods, maybe food poisoning. Some people are sensitive and get triggered to have anxiety when they feel off or sick or something like that. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're living a holistic lifestyle. Okay, some things that can help with anxiety are going to be natural supplements instead of medications. Medications can be very addictive and it's not something we want to rely on for the rest of our lives. I've said this in previous videos. If you need to take medication for a certain time, we have to do what we have to do. But to be able to rely on your own God-given system in order to fight the sickness in a way. I mean, anxiety is an emotion, but it's a condition just like anything else. We don't want to build it up in our heads to be more than it is. Sometimes we get stomach aches, sometimes we get headaches, okay? But the more closer they are together, that's when there's going to be more of like an issue. And that's maybe when medication is appropriate. But sometimes you can do teas. Holy basil is really good. Also passionflower, tinctures, capsules, or tea, and that'll help alleviate the symptoms. But we have to be really okay with feeling uncomfortable. And I feel like people just want to feel good all the time. And then if we feel off at all, it's kind of like something's not right. I mean, obviously it's not right, it's off, but we don't always have to feel great all the time. Sometimes there's a time, for everything, right? So just don't build it up in your mind to be more than it is, okay? And then address it for what it is. And then you always want to like attack things head on that scare you. For me, I always had a really hard time sitting still in school. I had a lot of anxiety. So to sit in a classroom was really painful for me, and sometimes I couldn't even do it. But the more that and when I went to college, especially, the more I made myself go and I wanted to get the degrees that I wanted and, further myself and better myself, I made myself go, I made myself sit there, and the easier it became and the smaller the anxiety became. And I was able to handle it, and it just made me a better person. So don't let anxiety scare you. Don't let it keep you away from your goals. Just because you may have anxiety once in a while doesn't mean that you can't live a normal life. So many people have anxiety, but it's rarely talked about. Anxiety attacks are not fun. A couple of things you can do when you're in an anxiety attack: you can take a cold shower, get your head wet, get your face wet, maybe take a nice cool bath. You can go for a walk. Make sure you have someone with you. If you're really shaky, sometimes like when I would get anxiety, I would shake a lot and I wasn't really stable and get really dizzy and things like that. So you want to make sure that you have someone around you so you're not alone and you don't get hurt. You want to make sure that you're doing the deep breathing. It's going to be really helpful. And then you can also do some grounding techniques. Maybe take your shoes off, go outside, put your feet in the grass. You can ask for a hug from someone, or you can wrap your hands around yourself, okay? And then just try to think positive. You know, a lot of times when we have anxiety, we get into these negative thought patterns and we want to break out of it. So it just takes one to break the chain. So imagine the negative thought patterns are going around in a circle, in a loop, and it's just one after the other. Once you start the positive thought, it breaks that chain and it starts a new thought pattern, and then you can start from there. So little by little, taking a pill may alleviate the symptoms right away, but you're not using your own innate ability to be able to balance your emotions. So it's a part of a practice that comes with just being a human being, being alive, you know, to be able to, you know, find out who we really are and tap into that and be able to, you know, put forth the correct emotions according to who we really are and what we really feel. And that takes a whole lifetime, you know, to explore and to, you know, regulate. But if we're using medication instead of doing that, then, you know, we're not really going to be getting anywhere. I mean, we will, but, you know, it's always better to just be present and to be who you are. Okay. And that includes sometimes a little bit of anxiety. All right. So if you struggle with anxiety, I'm praying for you, whether people have labeled you ADHD or any other thing, you know, just know that you are unique individual, that you have everything you need to be successful. You just have to figure out how to be content in life and how to regulate your emotions and how to, you know, take care of every single part of your life so that you can live, you know, holistically. So physical, mental, spiritual, all the points, social, you want to make sure that you're attacking all those things in order to be in line, you know, with yourself, just and hopefully with God if you believe in God, but to, you know, come from a more pure place is what I always say, but actually be who you really are meant to be in this life. And you know, you can do it. I don't take medication, you know, and there's been times in life where I've had to deal with anxiety. I have gone to the hospital a couple of times because I thought that I was having a medical emergency, and it really is scary. But when you realize it's anxiety and, you know, the doctors tell you it's anxiety, and, you know, I had found out that I had a little bit of a thyroid issue, which was causing me the anxiety. So, you know, don't just take things at face value. Try to do a little deeper research to find out what's really going on sometimes. Sometimes it's not your fault. Maybe it's not negative thought patterns. Maybe it's a health issue that's causing anxiety, you know, something else going on there. So, you know, just try to, you know, ask the right questions, get your blood work done, and do your research in order to help yourself. Okay, so if you look at the statistics for anxiety and depression, you know, I'm sad to say that most people do have it. So in one sense, we feel like we're not alone, but in another sense, you know, it becomes a challenge because this life, you know, it's easy to just fall back on things that are easy. And I want you guys to try to work on being uncomfortable sometimes and that being okay, you know, and just getting through it, and having a goal that you're focusing on in order to be better each and every day, and to just be content in this life, however long we get to live on this earth. So try to eliminate negative influences and things in your life that may be causing you the anxiety. Try to do a little deep dive into that. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can write me a comment. You can write me a private message. I'm not a doctor. If I don't know the information, I'll try to guide you to something I think would be helpful. You know, but like this video if you like it. Please, again, comment if you have something to say or you have a question. And then you can subscribe to my channel to get more information, more health and wellness information, exercise tips, and things of that nature. So thanks again for being here. You guys, hang in there. If anxiety is really bothering you, you know, just try to have a sense of humor with yourself, be easy with yourself, and just hang in there. This too shall pass. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.